जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी 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 Premanande. So welcome again to our study of Srimad Bhagavata. Today we're on Canto 6, chapter number 17. Mother Parvati curses Chitraketu. So we heard yesterday how Narada Muni had given the mantra to Chitraketu, and Chitraketu chanted the mantra for 7 days, and then he met with Lord Sankarshan. And Lord Sankarshan is also the super soul. So the Lord appeared to him, and Chitraketu offered his prayers to Lord Sankarshan, and then Lord Sankarshan replied to these prayers. And in this way, before that, we missed at one point that Chitraketu was made the ruler of the Vidyadhara planet. Vidyadhara is a higher planet in the universe. And he had the association of many beautiful ladies from the Vidyadhara planet. So he was traveling with them. And we're going to hear how, in this chapter, what happened.
Maharaj, during that prayer mantra, what mantra he got, that mantra incorporated that explanation of Vasudeva Prachaturbuha, Vasudeva Pradyumna Sankarsana Aniruddha. It is said that twice Narayana came twice. This I couldn't understand. Can you?
Narayana came twice?
It is said Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva, who is an expansion of Narayana, expand himself as Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Sankarsana.
Okay.
From Sankarsana comes a second Narayana expansion, and from this Narayana comes further expansion of Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Sankarsana and Aniruddha.
Yeah, that's how things are in the spiritual world.
The second expansion.
First quarter and second quarter.
Yeah, it's like that. Lord Krishna, and then from Lord Krishna, Balarama. And from Balaram comes Sankarshan. And from Sankarshan, then you get the other members of the Chaturvyuha. Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. It's one Chaturvyuha. And then Lord Narayan comes, and then there's a second Chaturvyuha. So the second Chaturvyuha, from the second Vasudev, from him comes all the different Purusha avatars. The three Purusha avatars, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. And from Shirodakshaya Vishnu comes all the avatars in this world, all the incarnations in the universe. They all come from Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Shirodakshaya Vishnu is also the super soul, the Lord in the heart.
Right? Super soul, Sankarsana is super soul, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is also super soul. And by chance, because I remember somewhere, Lord Shiva is also a super soul or no?
No, Lord Shiva is not super soul. But Vasudeva is super soul. And that Vasudev becomes Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, he expands into the heart of every living entity and into the atom. Is it alright? Hey, you just have to remember it. I mean, we can't prove it to you. Can't really take. This is how it's described. How the creation comes about. So we have to learn by hearing. Okay, so Sukadeva Goswami speaking again. Chitraketu began traveling as the head of the Vidyadharas. And he's traveling, he's not traveling alone. He's not like a sannyasi. It's not like the sannyasi or the brahmacharis, you know, they go out and travel. But he's traveling, he's got an aeroplane, and he's got all these beautiful ladies from Vidyadhara Loka, right? So, see, he was given so much praise and honor, being praised by great sages and saints, and by the inhabitants of Siddhaloka, Charanaloka, Chitraketu, the most powerful mystic yogi, wandered about enjoying life for millions of years. They always say millions. They had millions of wives, and now it's millions of years. You know? We don't hear. Satya Yuga, people live 100,000 years, right? But here, he's wandering about enjoying life for millions of years. I don't know how do we understand it.
Maharaj, do you think that might be because they're translating the celestial time into earthly years? So celestially is only a short period of time, but if we translated it into earthly years, then it's
They are
longer.
demigods, so this is billions
Well, if it was celestial time, it would be much less.
So yeah, as in like they've translated it into UK time. Sorry, I mean into,
earthly years.
Earthly years.
Earthly years. This millions of years is earthly years.
Yeah, but where we never heard. Usually Satya Yuga, they live for 100,000 years.
But that's human beings.
Huh?
Human beings live for 100,000 years.
Yeah.
So, but Devatas have 100 years of their own lifespan, which is equal to so many here.
One manvantara.
Oh.
Yeah.
The life of the Devata.
One manvantara.
Yeah, because if he's in Charanaloka or where the Vidyadharas are,
Okay.
then the time.
If we take it in that way, yeah, okay. So Vidyadhara, higher planets, longer life. And he's described with bodily strength and senses free from deterioration. And then he traveled in the valleys of Sumeru mountain. And he enjoyed life with the women of Vidyadhara Loka by chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Hari. So, Prabhupada in the purport talks about Maharaj Chitraketu, that although he's surrounded by beautiful women, he did not forget to glorify the Lord by chanting the holy name. It has been proved in many places that one who is not contaminated by any material condition, who is a pure devotee, engaged in chanting the glories of the Lord, should be understood to be perfect. So that it's a little difficult for us in our conditioned state to appreciate these kind of conditions. Anyway, we should understand that Srila Prabhupada is telling us the actual situation. The Chitraketu was not contaminated by any material condition. He was able to meet with Lord Anantadev or Lord Sankarshan or the Super Soul. He was able to meet with the divine personality of God. So he must have been a very advanced devotee. And he's chanting the glories of the Lord for millions of years going on. So we understand like that. Anyway, it happened one time, Chitraketu came. Oh, he was traveling in a brilliantly effulgent airplane given to him by Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu gave him a wonderful airplane which he could travel in. So you could tell how advanced he was. He must have been, really a great soul. And so Chitraketu saw Lord Shiva surrounded by Siddhas and Charanas. Lord Shiva was sitting in the assembly of saintly persons, and he was embracing Parvati on his lap with his arm. Right? So Chitraketu laughed loudly and spoke within the hearing of Parvati. Taking a risk, huh? What does he think Parvati is going to do? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, the personality of Godhead wanted to bring Chitraketu to Vaikuntha Loka as soon as possible. It didn't sound like it. He'd been in the world for millions of years. But now anyway, the personality of Godhead wants to bring him back to Godhead as soon as possible. And the Lord's plan was that Chitraketu be cursed by Parvati. He should be cursed to become a demon, so that in his next life he could quickly come back home, back to Godhead. Right? There are many instances in which a devotee acting as a demon has been brought to the kingdom of God by the mercy of the Lord. Can you think of any examples? Demons have been brought back to Godhead?
Hiranyakashipu.
Who?
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu.
Shishupal.
Who?
Shishupal.
Shishupal. Well, they're the same soul, right?
Yeah. Kamsa.
Kamsa.
Also the same soul.
The same soul. Ravana? Ravana.
So Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, that they are one soul, two souls.
Jai Vijay.
Huh?
Jai Vijay.
Jai Vijay, yeah. So, yeah, that's some example.
It's a lot of the demons of Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Demons of Vrindavan.
Demons in Vrindavan.
Putana, Bakasura.
Putana.
Bakasur, Yomasur.
Okay, by the mercy of Krishna, they were brought back to God. Good. Okay. And Prabhupada said, Parvati embracing Lord Shiva was natural relationship between husband and wife, right? Husband and wife. That was nothing extraordinary for Chitraketu to see. Nonetheless, Chitraketu laughed loudly to see Lord Shiva, even though he should not have done so. Thus he was cursed. But that curse was the cause of him going back home, back to God. So the curse was the arrangement of the Supreme Lord so that he could go back to God. So being cursed, it was a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing for him. It increased his love for Krishna. He became more eager to go back to Godhead because he's in the body of a demon. So he wants to go back to God. He wants to get free of that body.
He is not in demon world. Chitraketu is in demon world?
No.
No.
He's in the spiritual world, associating with the Supreme Lord. Okay, so Chitraketu speaking to Lord Shiva. He's speaking about Lord Shiva's position. Lord Shiva, spiritual master of the general populace, is the best of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. He enunciates the system of religion, yet how wonderful it is. He is embracing his wife in the midst of an assembly of great saintly persons. How wonderful. Lord Shiva is embracing his wife. On one hand is not wonderful, one hand is natural. His wife. He can do that. They're married, right?
He openly,
Huh?
openly he cannot do that.
Openly.
During Bhagavatam class.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Now Chitraketu, he understands something is not quite right. What's the problem? Why is Chitraketu
Yadyad
doesn't?
acharate shreshtas.
Huh?
Yadyad acharate shreshtas.
Yad, right. The example. That is not a good example. Well, Lord Shiva's embracing his wife. I'm going to have my wife come and sit near with me. You think like, somebody may think like that. And they know it's okay, Lord Shiva did it. He had his wife come. And so why shouldn't I have my wife come and sit? That's one thing. What's another problem? That's one thing could happen. We may imitate Lord Shiva. But what's another problem which could come?
People might offend Shiva.
We may criticize Lord Shiva. Criticism. Look at Lord Shiva. Look at this. He's got his wife. He's sitting there in front of all the sages and yogis, and he's embracing his wife in front of them. Oh, what is this? This is not good. And we may criticize Lord Shiva. And look what, you'll see what happens to Chitraketu, because Chitraketu pointed out something he didn't like it. And so Chitraketu gets cursed for it. So it's a risk, you see. So there are two sides. One is you want to imitate Lord Shiva, and the other side you may criticize Lord Shiva. So both ways, not very good. Right? As devotees, we don't want to criticize powerful demigods like Lord Shiva. Rather, we offer respects to them. I was with Prabhupada in London. We went to this Hindu temple. They were worshipping Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And Prabhupada said, a devotee of Krishna not only offers respects to Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, a devotee of Krishna offers respects even to the tiny insect, because he knows the Lord is in the heart of that living entity. So that's how Prabhupada understood it. Here, Chitraketu, he's not, Chitraketu's criticism is not like Daksha, right? What did Daksha do about Lord? What was he saying about Lord Shiva?
He was envious of Lord Shiva.
Yeah, he was envious.
He was expecting respect from Lord Shiva.
He wanted respect,
Yeah.
right? He wanted Lord Shiva to respect him. Lord Shiva offered any respect. So Daksha was offensive. But Chitraketu, he wasn't offensive. Not really. He was just pointing out. He wanted to tell Lord Shiva that, this is not very good.
Yes.
This is not the right way to do it, You're setting the bad example for others, So, Lord Shiva, spiritual master of the general populace, is the best of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. He enunciates the system of religion, yet how wonderful it is. He is embracing his wife, Parvati, in the midst of an assembly of great saintly persons. I don't know, you think she would have felt uncomfortable, Huh?
She's supposed to feel uncomfortable.
Huh?
She was also enjoying
Yeah, she's also enjoying it.
Well, Maharaj, I was thinking because they're not on the bodily platform, because they don't see this as a dirty thing, that it didn't affect them. Whereas sometimes we, like for example, in our community, when somebody gets pregnant, sometimes the youth will be like, "Oh my God, don't tell us," or they got pregnant. And I tried to explain to them that Krishna says in the Gita that Krishna is sex when it's according to regulative principles. And I was like, this is what sex is for, to have a baby. But you're thinking it's a dirty thing because your mind is thinking that sex is a dirty thing because of everything that's out there in the atmosphere. Whereas when it's for pregnancy, it's actually a celebration, it's not a dirty thing. So I was thinking in a similar way, because we have that kind of dirty consciousness, when we see something, it's actually which is very pure, like even the exchanges between Radha and Krishna are very pure. Because we have that lust of dirty things in our heart, we also think, oh, why are they doing like this? They shouldn't do like this. But they're beyond that platform.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Very interesting. Yeah, to see it like that. It's definitely true what you say. That sometimes people have a very immature understanding of these things. Oh, he's getting married. He's fallen down. Things like this. It used to be like that, in the old days. Oh, he fell down. So here, Lord Shiva and his wife. But still, time and place. And we don't mind, it's already embracing his wife. As proud husband can embrace his wife. But, you want to do it in front of an assembly of great sages. It's just a little unusual. And that was Chitraketu's point.
That embracing us also is fine, no problem. But she's sitting over his lap. That means since long she's sitting. Once you have embraced means it's fine. But she's sitting over his lap. That is the problem, I think.
Oh, really? She shouldn't sit on his lap, would she? Where should she sit?
No,
Sit by his side. Huh? You should sit by his side.
yeah, that is
It would be better.
Probably you're laughing, you're going to get cursed as well if Parvati is around. Chitraketu laughed. The example is setting that when he laughed, he got cursed, and you're laughing also.
Oh, it will be a blessing for
So
me.
you will
I
get
will also go
cursed
back. I will also go back.
This time some different custom.
Cursing is a blessing.
Yeah.
The same Parvati knows. She
Get
has
purified.
Experience.
Parvati has experience.
Anyway, here we have Chitraketu describing Lord Shiva, whose hair is matted on his head, has certainly undergone great austerities and penances. So Chitraketu is appreciating the position of Lord Shiva. Indeed, he is the president in the assembly of strict followers of Vedic principle. Nonetheless, he's seated with his wife on his lap in the midst of saintly persons and is embracing her as if he were a shameless, ordinary human being. Well, certainly heavy words coming around. Anyway, we see that Lord Shiva certainly has an exalted position, and Chitraketu was appreciating that. He was appreciating Lord Shiva was not an ordinary human being, but it appeared like he was acting like an ordinary human being. So Prabhupada quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who says that Chitraketu criticized Lord Shiva, but he did not offend Lord Shiva, like Daksha. Daksha considered Lord Shiva insignificant, but Chitraketu just simply expressed his wonder at Lord Shiva being situated in that way. So quite a difference. Daksha. And Ajamila, did Ajamila offend anybody?
His family,
Yes, his parents.
his parents, his
Yeah.
wife, but not
Yeah, Ajamila was attached to sense gratification. But he never actually offended people like Daksha.
No, he offended his parents when he brought that prostitute in his home. His parents are there, his wife is there. Definitely, he has offended them.
It's not offense.
He is not offended.
Offense is big.
He was attached to sense gratification. Yeah, he was sinful, but he wasn't offensive. He was certainly sinful, but different. Somebody can be sinful doesn't mean they're an offender. They're just attached to sense gratification. Ordinary conditioned persons generally embrace their wives and enjoy their company in solitary places. How wonderful it is, Lord Mahadev, although a great master of austerity, is embracing his wife openly in the midst of an assembly of great saints. So Lord Shiva, he's like a brahmachari. Who's the greatest brahmachari?
Hanuman.
Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
Krishna is the greatest brahmachari. Grandfather Krishna said that. Because Lord Krishna would be with so many young women, he never got disturbed by them. And he could leave them all. So Lord Shiva is also a brahmachari, Mahavratdara. And he's a great yogi also, but he was embracing his wife. So Chitraketu, he liked how Lord Shiva was unaffected, even in that kind of situation. Chitraketu was not an offender. He merely expressed his wonder. So Chitraketu was not an aparadi. He was just attached to sense gratification. Well, he was surprised. He expressed his wonder. Oh, you're sitting with your wife. Actually, he should have been thinking about his own situation, because Chitraketu comes and he's got so many women with him. Lord Shiva has only got one woman with him, but Chitraketu comes with thousands of them, Vidyadharas. So Lord Shiva could have said to Chitraketu that you make a show, or you talk about bhakti, but you don't show it by your behavior. On the other hand, Lord Shiva, he shows bhakti. He doesn't just talk about it. Lord Shiva, he's just with his wife. That's not irreligious. That's not anything wrong. But Chitraketu comes with a whole big horde of women, many women. So Chitraketu is talking about devotion, but he's not showing a good example. How can he tell Lord Shiva? How can he instruct Lord Shiva? What right has he got? Doesn't show the example himself. And first you have to show the example, then you can teach others. They say actions speak louder than words. They tell the story about the mother brought her son to the doctor, and she said to the doctor, I want you to tell my son not to eat so many sweets. So the doctor said, okay, bring him back next week. So mother, okay, next week she comes back with the son. And the doctor said to her, don't eat so many sweets. So the lady said, well, why didn't you tell him that last week? The doctor said, well, last week I was eating many sweets. So before I could tell him not to eat sweets, I have to first not eat sweets myself. So that's why I had to come back this week. Let me first practice, then I can tell him. So same way, Chitraketu, he's talking about Lord Shiva, but look at Chitraketu, you know? He's not showing a good example. So Lord Shiva heard the criticism of Chitraketu. Lord Shiva is Mahadev, right? He's a great personality. He doesn't worry about it. He simply smiles and remains silent. He didn't say anything. And all the members also did not say anything. Now one point is, they say, if it had have been wrong, if there was anything wrong in what Chitraketu said, then all of the people would have got up and left. They wouldn't want to stay and hear Lord Shiva insulted, right? If it had actually been offensive on the part of Chitraketu, then all of the people there, they wouldn't stay. You don't want to, you can't stay and listen to somebody being insulted. But nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. So it's one point in favor of Chitraketu. So Prabhupada's purport talks about this criticism by Chitraketu, and Prabhupada quotes again Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who says, Lord Shiva is the most powerful Vaishnava, one of the most powerful demigods, an exalted Vaishnava. He was externally showing the behavior of a common man and not following etiquette. Such actions, however, such actions cannot diminish his exalted position. So he's showing the behavior of a common man. Why? What's he doing? That's the behavior. What was the behavior of a common man? Huh? What did Lord Shiva do which showed the behavior of a common man? You don't know any common man, huh? You're not a common man, you know. What did common men do?
Embrace their wife in public.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, common men, they may do these kind of things. Sometimes you see people come here in Mayapur, right? The behavior of a common man, not following etiquette. What was the etiquette?
Sadachar. Vaishnava Sadachar.
Yes, but what principle? What principle was he not was not being followed?
Associating with women openly.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
assembly of sadhus.
hmm?
I said he was in the assembly of sadhus who were practicing renunciation.
Yeah. So common men, they see this, and they will want to follow that example. Lord Shiva does it, I'm also going to do it. Lord Shiva is enjoying his wife's company, I also want to enjoy mine. Like that, they will think. So common men might also, but they might also criticize. Not everybody will want to imitate, some will criticize. Just like Daksha criticized Lord Shiva. So Prabhupada says, King Chitraketu desired Lord Shiva cease this external behavior so that others might be saved from criticizing him and thus becoming offenders. If they criticize him, it will not be good for them.
Others follow that Maharaj in
If they try to follow, then they will also get trouble, right?
they will be offended.
Just like Lord Shiva could drink the ocean of poison. So can they do that?
Yeah.
Can they be Haladara? Not Haladara, Nilakanta? Huh? Nilakanta? The blue throat. So they cannot imitate and they should not criticize. If one thinks Vishnu is the only perfect personality, whereas the demigods, even people like Lord Shiva, are inclined to improper social affairs, then he is an offender. So King Chitraketu was somewhat harsh in his behavior with Lord Shiva. He was harsh. It was a little strong to criticize Lord Shiva in this way. Improper social affairs. What is being talked about there? What are the improper social affairs? when it says improper social affairs. Is that again referring to Lord Shiva embracing his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the other discrepancies of like what Indra did with Gautam's wife, like just basically all their kind of things that they may have done which seems improper.
The time, place, circumstance.
Yes. So, Prabhupada's conclusion was that Chitraketu was too harsh in his behavior with Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is always meditating, understands Chitraketu's purpose, so he was not at all angry. He didn't get angry at all. Now he did get angry, right, when Bhrigu Muni came there. When Bhrigu Muni was testing Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, Lord Shiva did get angry when Bhrigu Muni came and tested him. Right? Bhrigu Muni came up to Shiva, he wanted to embrace him, my dear brother. And Lord Shiva said, "Don't touch me." Why?
Full of,
Huh?
body is full of ashes.
The body's all covered in ashes.
Ashes.
What else?
And may not be clean. Or she.
You got snakes on your body.
And he sits in the graveyards.
Yes, right. So don't touch me. So Lord Shiva got angry when he said like that to him. But here, Lord Shiva is not saying anything. Chitraketu was just, what did Chitraketu say? What was his words actually? Let's see what he said.
Shameless, he said.
This is purport.
Huh?
This is purport.
Oh, really? Yeah, here. Thank you, Prabhu. So, Chitraketu says,
Indeed, he is the president of
He's seated with his wife on his lap in the midst of saintly persons and embracing her as if he were a shameless, ordinary human being. It's also here. Lord Shiva is the best of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. He enunciates a system of religion, but he is embracing his wife in the midst of an assembly of great saintly persons. So that's right in text number 6. So he said some things about it. So, Chitraketu, his purpose was to try to correct the behavior of Lord Shiva. The members of the assembly surrounding Lord Shiva could also understand Chitraketu's purpose. So Lord Shiva understood, and the members of the assembly surrounding Lord Shiva, they could also understand Chitraketu's purpose. The only one who could not understand was Parvati. So, following the behavior of Lord Shiva, they did not protest. Instead, following their master, they remained silent. So Prabhupada said, if they thought that Chitraketu had blasphemed Lord Shiva, then they would have left. They wouldn't want to hear, but they didn't think that. Only Parvati thought that.
Even when Bhrigu offended Narayana, Lakshmi got offended.
Yes. Yeah, but Lakshmi, they also got reaction.
If I don't know whether I remember it properly, even Saraswati got offended when Brahma was offended by Bhrigu, is that so?
Because Brahma took another wife. He didn't wait for Saraswati to come. That is when he got offended. Right? So then, the next text, it said, Chitraketu didn't know the prowess of Lord Shiva and Parvati. Therefore, he criticized them. And his statements were not at all pleasing. Therefore, Parvati became very angry, and she spoke to Chitraketu. And it said, Chitraketu thought himself better than Lord Shiva in controlling the senses. Was he better than Lord Shiva in controlling the senses? Huh? No. Lord Shiva is what? He's Dhira, right? He's totally sober, undisturbed. So Prabhupada quotes this, Teji yasam me doshaya. Teji yasam na doshaya. That somebody does something wrong, they have some fault, they have some dosha, but they're very powerful. One is he's got tejas. Tejas means power. So one who is very powerful, he should be understood to be without any dosha, without any faults. You have any doshas in your chart? Did you check your astrological chart? You have any doshas there? Any dosha?
I have not checked. I don't know.
You didn't check? No?
We did not want to take the risk. We did not check.
You didn't check? No. You don't follow astrology. Some people do. Astrology is not 100% anyway. But sometimes they say it's an indication. So dosha, fault. Karpanya dosha ho. Karpanya dosha ho nipa.
Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava.
Yes, from Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna had dosha. What was Arjuna's dosha?
Being a miserly.
Miserly. What was his miserliness?
Attachment to the family.
What was that miserliness?
He was attached to his family.
Huh?
He was getting attached to the family.
Yeah, he bewildered about what was actually religion.
Yeah.
What was the actual religious principle? He was puzzled about it. The dosha, and these dosha. And Prabhupada gives the example, just like the sun can find fault with the sun, because the sun evaporates urine from the street. So powerful people, sometimes we may criticize them. Chitraketu should have known that Lord Shiva was not to be criticized. Chitraketu didn't, and somehow he didn't think about that. Chitraketu had become a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, because Chitraketu has become a devotee, so he's proud about having the shelter of Lord Sankarshan. He had met Lord Sankarshan, the Lord had met him and spoke with him, given him instructions, so he became proud about that. And so therefore he when he saw Lord Shiva, he thought he could tell Lord Shiva what to do or what he shouldn't be doing. So that kind of pride, that is the problem for a devotee. A devotee should be always humble. So the Lord arranged this problem for Chitraketu to teach him humility, make him humble. How did he make him humble? What did he do to make him humble?
Getting cursed by Parvati.
Yeah, to become a demon. Do you know somebody else who got put into a low body to become humble?
Jai Vijay.
Well, that was a punishment because they did something wrong. It wasn't just to make them humble, but that was
Nahusha.
Nahusha. He was also a rascal, sinful rascal.
It was his desire, but it was Lord Brahma.
Yeah.
He desired to be born in a low family.
Yes, right. Lord Brahma.
Indra.
Lord Brahma, after he'd stolen away the cows, he realized, I'm so offensive. Took away Krishna's cows and Krishna's cowherd boy. So he prayed. He came to Mayapur. He came here in Mayapur and he prayed to the Lord, oh, give me a birth, make me humble, because I think I'm the controller. Sometimes I think I'm the controller. I forget I'm the Shurtangi servant. So give me a birth to make me humble. So what did Lord Chaitanya say?
Trinada Visuddhi.
Yes. We take birth in a Mohammedan family. Be a Muslim. You be very humble.
Maharaj, that means Sankrishna injected this pride in the Chitraketu so that he will be punished. Can we understand this way or not?
Well, no. The reason why Chitraketu got cursed was because they want to bring him back to Godhead.
To make him bring back, he injected this pride in Chitraketu's mind to criticize. This is the orchestra?
Well, that pride, was removed. The pride, it's not the Lord put the pride there, that's a devotee himself somehow. We don't know for sure, but Prabhupada is saying like that. He's saying that there was some pride in that. Pride in a devotee, pride is never tolerated. Vaishnava should always remain humble and meek. Follow, offer respects to others. So, the devotee's own little pride, not I don't think you could say the Lord put the pride there, but the devotee somehow he develops that pride, and the Lord is going to take that pride away. He doesn't like that pride. He's going to take that away, and he's going to arrange for Chitraketu that he can go back to Godhead.
So Sankrishna has given an intelligence to him to be proud and to be cursed. This is the line of action. Sankrishna has given the intelligence to Chitraketu to be proud, to be cursed by Parvati, to become a demon, and so that he'll come back immediately.
No, I don't know about this.
Prabhupada says somewhere in purport that the Supreme Personality of Godhead wanted Chitraketu to come back soon.
Yes.
So he made this entire.
Yes, the Lord wanted him to come back soon. That was why the cursing took place. So you could say in order for the cursing to take place, he said these things to Lord Shiva. And here, they're saying that he said these things, it's a sense of pride. Because he thinks now I've been speaking to Lord Anantashesha, I met the Lord, he gave me instructions, now I should tell Lord Shiva also what to do. We don't know, but Prabhupada is indicating like that it could be like that. Chitraketu, having become a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, was somewhat proud of having Lord Sankirtan's favor. And then now I can criticize Lord Shiva. So that's one way of understanding how this all took place. A little pride in the heart. Definitely but it doesn't take away the fact that he's a pure devotee. He's still a great devotee. So devotee has to be humble, have to chant the holy name. So this is why Mother Parvati was angry at Chitraketu. So she's speaking her words now. She's going to fire back at Chitraketu for saying these things, talking about her husband. So what is she going to say? How is she going to speak to them? Parvati, who is Parvati? Remember, she is Durga. And Durga is the controller of the world, of the universe, right? She's controller of the material energy. Well, she's also under the control of Lord Krishna, of course. But she's the controller of the material nature. Shrishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana, Saktareka, right? The creating, maintaining and annihilating deity of the mundane world is worshipped by all people as Durga. So powerful, powerful lady. But she's controlled by the Supreme Lord. Anyway, she's very powerful. She is mother. She's the mother. Lord Shiva's the father. Of course, we say, well, Krishna, Hambija Pradap, Krishna's the father. But sometimes they say Shiva is the father. Because the material world, Shiva's like the father. Durga's the mother, and Durga's the wife of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva's like the father. So Parvati said, look, this upstart has received a post. This upstart meaning Chitraketu. He's given a post. Means what? He's been put in a position from which to punish shameless persons like us. And then she asks the question, has he been appointed ruler, carrier of the rod of punishment? Is he now the only master of everything? Is he?
No.
No, right? And has he been appointed ruler? No. He was made the ruler of one tiny planet, the Vidyadhara Loka, that was all. But he's not the supreme. So she's ridiculing him. And then she said, alas, Lord Brahma, who has taken his birth from the lotus flower, does not know the principles of religion. Is it true?
No.
No. Nor do the great saints like Bhrigu and Narada, nor the four Kumaras headed by Sanat Kumar. Manu and Kapila have also forgotten the religious principles. Is it true?
No.
So Parvati said, I suppose it to be because of this, that they have not tried to stop Lord Shiva from behaving improperly. She's saying that, you know, if they don't know the principle, if you accept that they know the principles of religion, so if Lord Shiva is doing anything wrong, won't they correct him? Of course they will. But did they correct him? No. In other words, Lord Shiva did not do anything wrong. So that's why they didn't try to stop him, because there was nothing wrong with his behavior. So then she goes more about, this Chitraketu is the lowest of Kshatriyas. He has impudently overridden Brahma and the other demigods by insulting Lord Shiva, upon whose lotus feet they always meditate. Lord Shiva is personified religion and the spiritual master of the entire world, and therefore Chitraketu must be punished. So like this, she's making her case, just like, you know, you go in a court, the two lawyers, two sides. So then all the members did not say, they were all brahmanas, they were self-realized souls, they did not say anything about the conduct of Lord Shiva. Parvati was being, they saw Lord Shiva embrace her, they didn't say anything wrong. How is it only Chitraketu has to criticize? So the opinion of Parvati was that Chitraketu he needs to be punished, because he sees fault. He sees fault in Lord Shiva, but actually there's no fault. And this person is puffed up because of his achievements, thinking, I am the best. He does not deserve to approach the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. He is impudent, thinking himself greatly important. Very difficult. People, material world, when they get honor or respect, then you get proud. So we have to always be very cautious. Just like in Chaitanya Leela, there was a leper Vasudeva, and there were worms eating his body. And the worms sometimes would fall out of his body. He would pick them up and put them back in his body. And Lord Chaitanya came, and Lord Chaitanya, what did Lord Chaitanya do? Embraced him. And what happened? His body became rejuvenated, right? It became all young and strong and healthy. So what did he say? What did that Brahmana say? Was he happy?
No.
Why?
Said,
Not contaminated because of his embracement.
Huh?
Because of his embracement, he
No, that was...
he wanted to go to hell also if everybody else is able to go to?
Now he said that now I have a healthy body. He said now I'll be attracted to sense gratification. He said when I'm diseased, so long as my body was diseased, nobody would come near me. But now my body's healthy and you rejuvenate. He said now I'll be attracted to sense enjoyment. So what did Lord Chaitanya tell him? You have to constantly chant the holy name and you have to preach Krishna conscious. Then you won't fall down. So, here this Chitraketu, because he was the king of the world and then he's made the king of the Vidyadharas and he's with all the beautiful ladies and everything. So Parvati said, he does not deserve to approach Lord Vishnu's lotus feet. Why? He is impudent, thinking himself greatly important. We have to be humble, humility, dainya, very important quality. Devotee thinks he's very much advanced, then he's considered puffed up and he's not fit to sit below the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. So this is very important. Chitraketu is being accused by Parvati. You're not humble. This is the problem. And then the next text here, 15, she said, my dear son. Why does she call him son?
Everybody is
Everybody is Durga's son.
Yeah. Because she's Durga, she's the Divine Mother. So all the men all the people are all sons. Sons, whatever, daughters, we're all children of Mother Durga. So she curses him, take birth in a low, sinful family of demons, so you will not commit such an offense again towards exalted, saintly persons in this world. So Prabhupada said, have to be very careful not to commit offenses at the feet of a Vaishnava. Right? Can you think of some examples? Who committed offenses against the Vaishnavas?
Gopal Chipal.
Who?
Gopal Chipal.
What happened?
When Srivas Thakur, he was residing in Bangladesh, but he thought, I will come because there were a lot of Muslims in Bangladesh, and he thought, I will come to Navadvip and I will live peacefully serving Krishna. But it appeared that in Navadvip there were a lot of atheists and Muslims, and they were angry because he was chanting Hare Krishna, doing kirtan with devotees, and one person, Gopal Chipal, he brought some paraphernalia for worshipping Durga in the morning or at night before the door of his house, and he wanted others to know that Srivas Thakur is worshipping Durga, is worshipping Kali by offering her meat, all these horrible items. In this way, he got leprosy.
What did Srivas do?
Srivas, as soon as he opened the door and he saw this paraphernalia, he called everyone, oh, please come and see, who am I? Look at this.
I'm a pretender.
Yeah, I'm a pretender. But nobody believed him. But Gopal Chipal got leprosy because of his offense. And some Vaishnavas say, but after that, in Kulia, in the modern Navadvip town, he was excused by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after he begged forgiveness from Srivas Thakur. Mahaprabhu, he has forgiven him, and some Vaishnavas say that in the future he became known as Vivekananda Das Thakur. And he wrote a poem, Vaishnava Vandana, glorifying all the associates of Mahaprabhu.
There's one example.
Durvasa Muni offended Amrish Maharaj.
How? What did he do?
Actually, Amrish Maharaj, he invited him for Dvadashi Prasadam, so Durvasa Muni said that okay, I will take bath and come back. But then the time was up, so Amrish Maharaj, he consulted his ministers, and then he said that okay, you can at least take some water and tulsi, so that is also equal having, and your fast breaking time will not. But then meanwhile, even Durvasa Muni got to know that this is what has happened, that he has already fast break, means he has taken water, so Durvasa Muni was offended by this. So then he
Cursed Amrish.
Yeah, cursed Amrish Maharaj.
He created a demon to kill him.
Created a demon to curse, to kill Amrish Maharaj. But then he did not get that curse because he's a devotee. Amrish Maharaj is a devotee of Krishna.
Sudarshana came.
Hmm?
Sudarshana came.
Sudarshana came,
Yes.
protected
Protected
Amrish.
Yeah, Amrish Maharaj.
Then what happened? Where did the Sudarshan go?
Sudarshan said that I can't do anything. You have to go to Amrish Maharaj only and beg his forgiveness. If he forgives, then you will be.
The Sudarshan was chasing Durvasa, right? Sudarshan chased
Sudarshan
Durvasa.
Oh yeah.
Where did he go?
Went to Brahma, went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Shiva, went to Vishnu himself.
Vishnu.
Said, I can't
What
do
did Vishnu say?
Vishnu said that I can't do anything. You have to go. You have my Sudarshan Chakra itself went, and I didn't order anything, but it went. Then Sudarshan said that you have to go back to the Vaishnava and beg for forgiveness, and if he forgives, then you will not be governments.
So what happened when Durvasa came back?
Amrish Maharaj was still fasting, and he said he actually forgave Durvasa Muni, and then he forgave actually.
They forgave him.
He said he didn't want to take offense.
He didn't take offense.
That's what he said.
Didn't consider. Okay. Yeah.
Mother Sachi offends Vaibhava mentally.
Oh yeah. Tell us.
I think Mother Sachi was really sad that Vishwarup had taken sannyas and he'd gone, and she didn't want Lord Chaitanya hanging around with Advaita Acharya because she was worried that he would get converted to, or like leave home also. So I forget which way around it is. So she says, oh, he's not Advaita, he's Advaita, or something like that. I get those two confused because, he just takes my sons away. Something like that. I don't know the rest.
Yeah, there is something like that, right? That he's not Advaita, he's Dvaita. How does she explain it? Dvaita, meaning two. One way he's saying, oh yeah, household family life's very nice. Next minute he's saying, oh, it's all miserable, material world, it's all suffering, better go. Presenting both sides, two sides to the world. One way happiness, one way suffering. Advaita. Dvaita and Advaita. He's saying one thing, not just saying one thing, he's saying two things. Saying that, oh, Yeah, you can enjoy family life. But, oh, there's so many troubles in family life. So Lord Chaitanya was not going to give mercy to Mother Sachi until she got relief from her offense. So she had to touch Advaita Acharya's feet to get forgiven for her offense for that. And then only. So Lord Chaitanya used that instance to encourage all the devotees, to show all the devotees the importance of not offending a Vaishnava, not to be offensive. Right? What are some more examples?
Amog.
Amog.
Ah.
Ah.
He Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Amog earlier, of course, he used to say that you sannyasis, you eat too much. In that way he was doing. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was knowing. So Amog is the son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So he, before inviting him, he stopped him. He told him that you don't come to my during that time, that lunch time. So but still, when Mahaprabhu came, they made so many items and they offered him nicely. But he came, Amok came and he opened the door and peeped through that door, and from that, wow, you sannyasis are eating so much. That then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he felt so embarrassing situation. Then he drove him away from there, and he went from there. Then Mahaprabhu had his lunch. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya begged pardon from Lord Chaitanya, and he went to his home. But in the afterwards, that in the evening, he got cholera. He got cholera, this Amok, and Mahaprabhu came to know, and Lord Chaitanya, he made him Amok, and he put his hand in his chest, and he got cured.
What did he say when he put his hand on his chest?
That you remove all your, don't keep impurities in your mind. Anything.
Don't keep that envy.
Envy, don't keep any envy in your mind. So he cured. Then that time, because he did some offense and that was embarrassing situation, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and his wife, they were fasting. So
They were fasting.
They were fasting. So Lord Chaitanya made them in their house. Then he said, "Why did you save him? He should have died." That is Sarvabhauma.
Yeah, he even said when he first of all Sarvabhauma chased after Amoga, they couldn't catch him. Then he said, "Inform our daughter that she is now a widow." Right? And Prabhupada writes about when the husband is fallen, then the wife can give up the husband and just be a widow. So that was he took the incident very seriously. Yeah. Okay. You got another one?
Mr. Nair offending Prabhupada.
Mr. Nair.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big story.
That's a big story.
The entire Juhu temple is construction.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big battle. There are so many books written on it. I'll build you a temple.
Mr. Nair, he owned the Juhu land, where the temple is at Juhu. He owned that land, and he was selling it, but he sold it several times. He never gave it to anybody. He took the money and kept the land. And he tried to do the same with Prabhupada. But when he sold the land to Prabhupada, Prabhupada put the deity there. So in India, once you put the deity there,
You can't move it.
has to stay there. And anyway, it was a big thing,
Even the disciples actually Giraj Maharaj and others actually they cancelled the contract when Prabhupada was elsewhere. And
Gujarat.
then, in somewhere when Prabhupada was very furious, he shouldn't cancel the contract.
Yeah.
We cancelled the contract with Nayak, and then again it was
Yeah, the devotees were thinking, we don't want to be out there in Juhu, you know, we don't want
mosquitoes.
to be it's so far away, and nobody's there, and, you know. At that time, you know, 1970, 50 years ago, you know, Juhu was quite quiet, and Juhu Beach, nothing there, you know. And so devotees thought, we don't want to be all the way out there, it's so far, we have to go all the way into Bombay to make life members, and you know, they were thinking every day we have to go on the train, you have to take an auto from Juhu down to the Vili Parle, and the Vili Parle you get the train into Bombay, and you know, it'd take a long time. Come and go every day, they didn't want to, and they thought anyway, nothing there, it's just mud, you know, it's a swamp, and not very nice there, nothing there. But Prabhupada wanted it. So this Mr. Naya, his idea was he would tell them he'd sell the land, but he would take the money and he'd never give the land. You know, somehow and he had people, he knew people in the municipality, he knew the police and everything. He was an influential person, and so he had these people working for him, and they tried, and at one point even he had the police come, and the devotees, they had the deities, and they put up a makeshift temple there, but the police came and they got everybody, arrested them and like that, and tried to take the deities away, but they couldn't do it. You know, we had the deities all locked up, and it's a whole thing. You know, that what happened. They had to finish the construction by a certain time. The construction of the temple, the makeshift temple, that was. The makeshift temple, they had to finish it by, and this one Mr. What was his name?
Bal Thackeray.
Huh?
The one who helped?
Yeah, the one who helped.
Bal Thackeray.
No, there was another man, Punjabi man. He was in the construction business. Anyway, he helped, and he stayed there the whole night. He said, he told him, he said, Annie, you come here. He said, I've got a gun. He said, I've got my gun. He was a Punjabi man, you know. He said, I've got my gun, I'm ready to kill you. He tried to do it. He was the one person who really helped, but it was very difficult.
Mr. Sethi.
Huh?
Mr. Sethi.
Mr. Sethi, yeah, maybe Mr. Sethi, right? Yeah, Mr. Sethi, you're right. Yeah.
The Gundas said, the in charge, he said, we will send 100 Gundas tonight, and he said, okay, we have 200
rounds,
Yeah.
bullets.
Not bullets, but in bullets. This inside bullets, 200
Rounds.
Rifles, guns.
So it's sufficient to kill 200 people. So no problem. You can send
200 bullets.
Please send 200.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Sethi, he was a good man. You know, he helped a lot. So, somehow they fought and they kept the land. And first, you know, we used to live. There were some buildings there. There was like 3, 4, 5 buildings on the property, and they were just like 2 floors. So we built on top of the buildings. There were 4 or 5 buildings. They're just small buildings, and they were just a couple of floors. So they built on top of these buildings, and the devotees, we would live on the top of the building. We were living there for they got the land 1971, and then temple opened 1978. Just after Prabhupada disappeared, we opened the temple. Prabhupada came and stayed there just before he departed. Before he went to Vrindavan.
You have seen the construction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Prabhupada saw everything. He wanted it done very nicely. You know, in Vrindavan, everything was simple, just cement and plaster. But in Bombay, everything was marble. He wanted it all, you know. Bombay, you know, it's not village people, you know, it's all high, rich people, and then, you know, so make it really nice, you know, put nice marble and did it all up.
That temple is only Chowpatty, is it?
No. Is a different thing.
Juhu and Chowpatty.
Radha Rasbihari and Radha
Chowpatty,
Gopinath.
that's a whole different place. That was, you see, there was this one man coming to the Juhu temple and meeting Prabhupada. His name was Maheshwari. He was a lawyer. And there was also the other man, he was a big businessman. What was his name?
In Chopad?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, our
Srinathji.
Srinathji.
Srinathji. It became Srinathji, that was his initiate. But before that, his name was
He was some doctor.
Doctor, what?
Doctor.
Some Gujarati.
No.
Yeah, he's good.
Visual.
Hmm? Anyway, these two men, they were like coming to the temple and
Juhu temple.
yeah, they hadn't been initiated, but they were starting to come and they met Prabhupada and stuff. Anyway, that Chowpatty place, it used to be an orphanage.
How far from there?
Chowpatty is right away inside Bombay in the city.
Oh.
Juhu is out from the city. It's like it takes an hour to come out from Bombay from Church Gate to come out. You know, so you go to Chowpatty, it takes a couple of hours nowadays with the traffic. And then to go to Mira Road, then you have to go. It's another 2 hours again. You know, after Juhu, you know, to go out to Mira Road. Mira Road also, they have the hospital there. Bhakti hospital. Anyway, Chowpatty is there in the city, and then now they have Kargar. They just opened the temple in Kargar. That's New Bombay. New Bombay is a huge temple, magnificent. 150 crores or something spent to build it. Very big temple, a big guest house. Very beautiful. So that came later, but Chowpatty, that's right in the city, and it's not a very nice place to live. You know,
Slum area means.
Huh?
Slum area is it?
Slum?
Slum area means.
It's very business area, very expensive property, very, very expensive. A lot of people there. It's right in the heart of Bombay, downtown Bombay. So it's not very easy to live there, but they have a good place. You know, the devotees. They did the building up nice. And they purchased a bit big. It used to be quite small. They made it bigger. They bought a bit bigger. They bought the other parts of the building, and they expanded it, made it nice. It's a nice temple. Packed up every weekend. A lot of people.
Dr. Srinathji.
Desai.
Desai.
Dr. Desai, right?
Yeah.
And then Dr. Desai. He was the guy. He had a big petrol. He was a politician at one point. The father.
His father was a
father was a
Morarji
politician.
Desai.
No. It's from Congress.
Yeah, but he was a politician. Then the one business. He was a businessman.
Yes.
Oil company and like that. You know, good business. A lot of money. So he and Maheshwari, these two men, they developed that Chowpatty temple. They got it. It was an orphanage, and the lady who ran the orphanage, Maheshwari, was going there, and he was giving some donations to the orphanage from time to time. So when the lady died, she put it in her will to give to this Mr. Maheshwari. So he got the orphanage. So all the people in the orphanage all became devotees. They all became, and that whole orphanage became a temple. So for some years, some of the people in the orphanage, in the temple, they were from the orphanage. You know?
Now the orphanage is moved.
It's all moved now, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, they still have an orphanage?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. And just like they used to have a school there in Juhu. We had a school there, now it's an ashram. And they moved the school outside to another place. They got some other land for the school. And Juhu. Big place. You've never been there, Juhu? Huh? You're lucky. Nothing great, just so many people, so much traffic. Oh, terrible. Yeah, terrible.
So which is the place which is closest to the airport? Is that the Chowpatty?
Juhu.
No, Juhu.
Juhu is.
Juhu's near.
And so Mira Road is the further one? or
Further away.
further?
Yeah, further away.
And then Govardhan is in the other direction, right, from the airport?
Yeah, that's away some. Okay, we'll have a break.
No, I've always wanted to go. I was hoping that my flight would get cancelled in my flight so that I could go. I've always wanted to go.